Have you ever wondered why you keep feeling anxious, even after trying so hard to let go of someone? Why does your heart stubbornly refuse to forget, while your mind remains trapped in an endless loop of overthinking and what-ifs? Why do memories and emotions cling to you like a shadow, following you everywhere, making it hard to find peace? If you've ever felt this way, you're not alone, and more importantly, there's a reason for it. In this video, you're about to uncover something that could completely transform the way you understand love and relationships, and maybe even change your life in ways you never expected. What I'm going to share with you isn't just another surface-level idea or quick fix. It's a powerful key to unlocking a deeper understanding of yourself, your emotional patterns, and the true freedom you've been searching for all along. So, stay with me until the very end, because what you'll hear could shift your perspective forever. By the time this video finishes, I'll reveal an important secret that will help you break free from the chains of emotional attachment, showing you how to take your pain and transform it into a source of strength and empowerment. You'll discover why self-love isn't just a buzzword, but the essential foundation for every happy, healthy, and fulfilling relationship in your life. Often, we mistake true love for emotional attachment. We tell ourselves, this is love, when deep down, what we're really feeling is fear wearing a disguise. Fear of loneliness, fear of rejection, fear that we aren't enough all on our own. This fear creeps into our hearts and minds, convincing us that without someone else's approval or presence, we are incomplete or unworthy. And so, this fear morphs into attachment, an invisible chain that binds us emotionally to another person, whether they can truly meet us or not. This kind of attachment isn't the peaceful, nourishing love we long for. Instead, it traps us in a constant cycle of anxiety, tension, and emotional turmoil. We find ourselves desperately trying to hold on to fragile connections that promise security but quietly steal away our sense of self. We become so focused on keeping the other person close that we lose sight of who we really are underneath the fear and doubt. Attachment can make us shrink, minimizing our worth, silencing our true feelings, and hiding our needs just to avoid the possibility of abandonment. We stop expressing our authentic selves because we're afraid they won't stay if they see the real us. We neglect our own well-being and become prisoners to the swirling doubts and anxieties that flood our hearts and minds. And though part of us senses that something isn't right, we keep telling ourselves that if we love harder, are more patient, or sacrifice more, everything will be different. But this need, this longing for approval and love, is not born out of the present moment. It is a wound rooted deep in our childhoods, where love often felt conditional and fragile. This painful truth leads us to a pivotal moment, a moment when we realize we are caught in a vicious cycle of waiting and attachment, endlessly searching for peace in someone who simply cannot provide it. It's a heartbreaking realization, but a necessary one. Healing doesn't come from forcing someone to love us more or changing their behavior. It begins when we confront the story we've told ourselves about who we are and what love means. That story, often shaped by early experiences, convinces us that love must come with pain, sacrifice, and emptiness. Teaches us that if love hurts, it must be real. But true healing starts when we turn our gaze inward, face the voices that tell us we are not worthy, and recognize that our value is not dependent on another person's approval or presence. Only then can we begin to rebuild ourselves on a foundation of self-respect, inner peace, and healthy boundaries, breaking the chains of attachment that have bound us for so long. You may wonder, how do I truly start this healing journey? The truth is, healing isn't a quick fix or a single moment of realization. It's a continuous, often challenging process that requires patience, self-compassion, and courage. It begins with accepting that your attachment wasn't a failure or a weakness. It was a natural response to wounds that have been left unhealed. Allow yourself to feel all the emotions you've been suppressing: anger, sadness, fear, without judgment. These feelings are part of the healing, not obstacles to it. Denying or running from them only strengthens the hold of anxiety and attachment. On this path, learning to set healthy boundaries becomes essential. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They are about protecting your well-being, saying no to what harms you and yes to what nurtures your spirit. These boundaries build bridges, toward authentic connections with yourself and others, and remind the world that you deserve respect and kindness. Another vital step is redefining your relationship with solitude. Instead of fearing being alone, you begin to see solitude as a powerful space for growth and renewal. When you learn to be comfortable in your own company, without anxiety or fear, you tap into a deep inner calm. This quiet space allows you to hear the true voice of your heart, the wisdom buried beneath the noise and emotional turbulence. In these moments, you find the strength to love yourself genuinely and completely, without conditions or expectations. Ultimately, what we need most is to redefine what love really means. Real love isn't about attachment or control. It's about freedom, respect, and peace. It doesn't drain you. It nourishes you. True love starts from within, growing out of your deep connection with yourself, and then extends to others without losing who you are. Remember the secret I promised you at the beginning? Here it is. True freedom from emotional attachment doesn't come from finding someone else to fill the emptiness inside you. It begins when you turn inward and start filling that space with self-love, self-respect, and inner peace. When you realize that your worth is not defined by anyone else's presence or approval, everything changes. This awareness is the key that unlocks your chains and opens the door to a life where love is a source of strength, not anxiety. So I encourage you, don't stop watching now. Keep engaging with this journey of healing and growth. The path may be challenging, but every step forward brings you closer to a version of yourself that is whole, empowered, and truly free. If you've experienced moments of struggle or breakthrough along the way, share your story with us in the comments below. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Stay connected, stay curious, and most importantly, stay compassionate with yourself. Because the most beautiful love story you will ever live begins with the love you give yourself.